My wife said, "You are going to be such a good dad." I replied, "Wait for the DNA test." Then I filed for divorce on her baby shower day, moved my money, refused to sign the birth papers, and I just smiled because she still had no idea the results would prove the baby was Jason's. Best Reddit story original post: I am 34, male. My wife Rebecca is 32. We had been together 7 years, married for 4, no kids, just a 3-bedroom house in the suburbs, 2 cars, and a dog that liked everyone. I work as a systems analyst for a bank. Remote most days, boring to most people, but stable. Rebecca is a physical therapist. She works at a sports clinic. She is the social one. Group trips, happy hours, always planning the next thing. Before me, she dated a guy named Jason. They were on and off for years. When we started dating, she told me they were friends now. I did not love it, but I wanted to be the reasonable boyfriend. They still followed each other on social media. They liked each other's posts. Once in a while, she would mention him in passing. Jason got a new truck. Jason hurt his shoulder. Little things. When I asked if that bothered our marriage, she would smile. "Stop," she said. "You are the one I married. He is just part of my past." I told myself that was enough. About a year ago, she started spending more time on her phone. She tilted the screen away when I walked by. She put it face down on the table. When I asked who she was talking to, she said, "Work group chat," or Maya from the clinic. Then she missed her period. We had been trying to conceive for a while, charting, tests, all of that. When she showed me the positive test, she cried and hugged me. "We did it," she said. "You are going to be a dad." There was a small voice in the back of my head that said the timing was strange. A month earlier, she had stayed late at the clinic 3 nights in a row. She said they were swamped. I pushed that voice down and held her. We told our families. Her parents were overjoyed. My mom started knitting before we even had a due date. Then one evening, about 2 months into the pregnancy, we were at her parents' house for dinner. Rebecca and her mom were in the kitchen. Her dad and I were in the living room. Her dad likes to overshare when he drinks. He poured another glass of wine and shook his head. "Your timing with this baby," he said. Rebecca told us she and Jason had that whole drama right before Christmas. Now this, life is weird. I froze. "What drama?" I asked. He blinked, realized he had said too much, and tried to walk it back. "Oh, just old stuff," he said. "They ran into each other at some reunion thing, nothing big." We had been at my parents' place for Christmas. She had gone to her clinic party 3 days before that and stayed out late. She said they had done karaoke. On the drive home, I asked her about what her dad said. "I did not know you saw Jason recently," I said. She stared at the road. "It was nothing," she said. "He was at a bar where my friends and I went. We said hi, you know my dad, he makes everything a thing." The small voice in my head got louder. A week later, she forgot her phone on the couch when she went to shower. A notification popped up from an unknown number, but the preview said, "From Jason." I picked it up. My hands were steady. The last message from him said, "Have you told him the kid might be mine?" The message she had sent before said, "I told you I am not sure." "Do not make this harder." I scrolled up. There were months of messages, photos of them together at a bar, details about late nights at the clinic, a hotel booking around the time of the clinic party, jokes about me being too sweet to suspect anything. My chest hurt, but my head was clear. I took pictures of the whole thread with my phone. I sent them to my email. I backed them up on my laptop. Then I put her phone back where it was, screen down. When she came out of the shower, she sat next to me and leaned on my shoulder. "Are you okay?" she asked. "I am tired," I said. "Long day," she kissed my cheek. "I have to start planning a baby shower," she said. "My mom is already making lists." I nodded. That night after she fell asleep, I opened my laptop and searched for a family law attorney near me. I made an online request for a consultation. My first action was not to scream. It was to schedule a meeting with someone who could tell me how to leave. Update 1, the lawyer called me the next day during lunch. I sat in my car and told him everything, the possible affair. The pregnancy, the messages. He asked me to send what I had. I forwarded the screenshots. "Laid out like this, it is ugly," he said. "You have options. We can file now and request a DNA test after the baby is born. We can also start separating finances quietly. I asked about timing. What if I file on the day of her baby shower? I said. He was quiet for a moment. That is unusual, he said, but legal. If you want the message to be clear, that would do it. We set an in-person meeting for the following week. In the meantime, I began to watch. Rebecca's belly grew. So did her baby board on Pinterest. She cut back on hours at the clinic. Jason's name did not appear in front of me again, but her phone stayed close to her. I quietly copied all our financial documents. Bank statements, retirement accounts, the mortgage, her car loan. I made lists of what was in whose name. At the lawyer's office, he walked me through it. In our state, anything earned during the marriage is community property, he said, but personal debt stays with whoever took it on. Since the house is in your name from before the marriage, it is a strong asset for you. We drafted divorce papers. In them, we put that I would agree to child support only if a DNA test proved I was the father. We also requested that test in writing. Once the baby is born, we will get it done as soon as possible, he said. Until then, you do not sign any paternity forms at the hospital. Understood, I nodded. Rebecca and her mom planned the shower for late in the 3rd trimester. Her best friend booked a hall at a hotel. Pink and neutral theme, games, a cake with tiny baby shoes on top. Rebecca wanted me there at the end. You can come for gifts, she said. We can take cute pictures, you and the baby matching outfits. I smiled in a way that felt thin. Sure, I said. The week before the shower, Jason sent her a message that popped up while she was in the bathroom. I saw only the preview. He will know soon enough, it said. He deserves it. I took a photo of that too. The morning of the shower, I helped load gifts from our house into her mom's car. Diapers, onesies, blankets. You coming later? Her mom asked. Yeah, I said. I have some things to finish here first. Rebecca kissed me at the door. I love you, she said. You are going to be such a good dad. I hugged her back, heard my own breathing, and said nothing. When they left, I drove to the courthouse with my lawyer. We filed the divorce petition while people in suits lined up for other cases. The clerk stamped the papers. Service will go out today if you want, she said. Yes, I answered. We handed over Rebecca's information. Address, phone, the time and place of the baby shower, which my lawyer had written in notes. There will be a lot of people there, he said, if you are sure. I am sure, I said. Then I went home, put on a clean shirt, and drove to the hotel a little before the time Rebecca had told me to show up. Update 2, when I got to the hall, the shower was in full swing. Pink balloons, a table with finger food, a mountain of gifts. Rebecca sat in a chair in the front, big bow pinned to her dress, belly round. People clapped as she opened presents, bottles, clothes, a stroller. Someone played soft music. I stayed near the back. Dad-to-be, one of her aunts said, hugging me. You must be so excited. Something like that, I replied. About 10 minutes after I arrived, a man in a suit walked in. He looked out of place. He had a folder in his hands. He checked a paper, looked around, then approached me. Are you Daniel Miller? He asked. Yes, I said. I have service for Rebecca Miller, he said. Do you know where she is? I nodded toward the front. She is the one opening gifts, I said. He walked up the side aisle and waited until she finished unwrapping a diaper cake. Then he spoke in a low voice. Rebecca Miller, he said, you have been served. He handed her the envelope and stepped back. Conversations stopped. She stared at the papers, then at him, then at me. Dan, she said, what is this? I walked closer so she did not have to shout. It is our divorce petition, I said. I filed this morning. Her mom put a hand on her arm. This is some mistake, her mom said. Right? No, I said. There is no mistake. Rebecca stood slowly. Why now? She asked. Why here? So your family understands this is serious, I answered. So no one thinks I just walked away after the baby was born. They deserve the truth. Her eyes filled. Her voice got hard. You are leaving your pregnant wife, she said, in front of everyone. What kind of man does this? The kind who saw your messages with Jason, I said. The kind who knows you are not sure who fathered this baby. A murmur went through the room. Her dad said my name once, sharp. I ignored him. I have months of texts, I continued. Hotel bookings around your late nights, Jason asking if you have told me the kid might be his, you telling him you would keep me in the dark. I am done. Rebecca shook her head. You went through my phone, she said. I cannot trust you, that is the real issue. I almost laughed. You betrayed our marriage, I said. You kept contact with an ex in secret. You risked bringing someone else's child into our home and calling it mine. The issue is not my trust. Her mom sat down like her legs gave out. I looked at her parents. I am not doing this to hurt you, I said, but I will not raise another man's child because your daughter cannot let go of her past. I turned back to Rebecca. We will get a DNA test after the birth, I said. If by some chance this kid is mine, I will be there as a father, but I will never again be your husband. I walked out before anyone could answer. Her uncle followed me into the hallway. You did not have to humiliate her like that, he said. She did that herself, I replied. I just opened the envelope. In the days after, things moved fast. Rebecca sent long texts, some begging, some angry, some blaming me for ruining the happiest time of our lives. I answered only through my lawyer. Her family posted vague things on Facebook about men who abandon their families. I did not respond. Christine from my lawyer's office told me to stay silent. Jason's name came up soon after. Christine, my lawyer, had advised me to let him know too. He was single, but his name would be on child support papers if the test proved anything. I sent him a simple message. I know about you and Rebecca, I wrote. You might want to get a lawyer too. He did not reply, but I saw that he read it. Rebecca tried to spin a different story at work. She told people we had grown apart. A mutual friend who still spoke to her told me this. I sent that friend one screenshot of her message to Jason about keeping him in the dark. No comment. The friend sent back, okay, I get it now. Rebecca's clinic did not fire her. There was no company policy about her personal life, but people talked. Some clients requested other therapists. The shine she had at work dulled. I focused on my own lines. I split the finances. I moved my direct deposit to a new account. I put the house into a trust my lawyer helped me set up, so it was harder to touch in the divorce. By the time the due date came close, I had control of my money, my house, and my plan. Update 3, Rebecca went into labor on a rainy Wednesday night. Her mom called me from the hospital. She wants you here, she said. She needs you. I took a breath. I am not her husband anymore, I said. Has she contacted Jason? Her mom was quiet. He is on his way, she said. Then she is not alone, I answered. I will wait for the DNA test results. I will not be signing anything at that hospital. I hung up and sat on my couch with the dog. We watched some mindless show while my phone buzzed. Text from Rebecca. He will not stay, she wrote. He is scared. You are my husband. Please come. I did not answer. 2 days later, my lawyer got a call. A nurse at the hospital had flagged the birth certificate because I was not there and the mother was still married. The system had my name ready to go. My lawyer faxed them a copy of the filed divorce and a note that paternity was in question. They removed my name and left the father line blank until testing. Rebecca blew up my phone again. You just had to be petty, she wrote. The baby needs a name on the certificate. The baby needs the right name, I replied, not just any man's. When the baby was a week old, we did the DNA swab. Quick wipe inside the cheek, sealed envelopes. The lab said results in a few days. Those days felt strange. I went to work. I walked the dog. I thought about what I would do if the test came back saying I was the father. I decided I would still move forward with the divorce. I could be a dad without being her husband. The results came in on a Wednesday afternoon. My lawyer called. 0.0% probability, he said. You are not the father. I did not feel a rush of joy. Just a steady line. Okay, I said. Thank you. He filed the results with the court. He filed a motion to finalize the divorce with no child support owed. The judge granted it fast. Rebecca texted later. Are you happy now? She wrote. You got what you wanted. You are free. This is not what I wanted, I replied. It is what you chose. I am just living in the truth. After that, her messages slowed. Jason's life, from what I heard, did not get easier. His family pushed him to sign the birth certificate. Child support papers followed. He took up a second job. Rebecca tried to meet with me once. She asked if we could talk for closure. I have mine, I wrote. You need to find yours without me. I saw her once at the grocery store months later. She had the baby in a carrier. She looked tired, older than she was. Our carts passed. We said nothing. Final update: it has been a little over a year since the divorce was finalized. My life is smaller in some ways. No baby stuff in the house. No extra car seat. Just me, the dog, and a couple of plants I am trying not to kill. Work is steady. I took a promotion. I started going to the gym again. I see friends more. I talk to a therapist every other week. We work on patterns. Why I ignored flags. Why I tried to be the reasonable one when I felt uneasy. Rebecca still lives in the same city. She rents a small apartment. She works fewer hours at the clinic so she can care for the baby. Jason pays support, but he is not around much. People say he posts pictures like a weekend dad when he gets time. Her parents help a lot. They kept some distance from me after the shower, but over time it softened. Her mom called once to say, "I am sorry for what she did. You did not deserve that." I said, "Thank you," and that was enough. I started dating again a few months ago. I met a woman named Tessa through a hiking group. She knows the whole story. I told her early. She listened without making it a joke or a test. We were at my brother's house for dinner recently. His daughter, who is 8, asked me a question while we played cards. "Uncle Dan," she said, "why do you not have kids?" I thought for a second. "I almost did," I said, "but the baby turned out not to be mine, and the mom and I were not right for each other." "Are you sad about it?" she asked. "I was," I said. "Now I am just careful. I want to have a family with someone who is honest with me." She nodded. "That makes sense," she said. "If someone lies, they should not be in your house." Then she went back to her game. That is where I am now, not angry, not stuck in that baby shower hall, just moving forward. Sometimes I see the old invite in my email. Pink border, celebrating baby Miller. I used to leave it there as a reminder of what went wrong. Last week, I deleted it without thinking. Later, I realized what I had done and waited to see if it would stir anything up. It did not. The main thing I keep now is the story in my head, not the one Rebecca tried to tell, the real one. I saw what I did not want to see. I chose myself instead of the lie. I walked away from being cast as a father to someone else's child under false terms. If you ever find yourself in that place, with late nights and just friends and a gut that will not quiet, remember this. You cannot control what they do. You can only decide whether you will keep standing in a life built on their lies or step out and make room for something honest.